Hey and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to present you the cheapest properties I could find at the moment on the Swedish property market. I tried to find properties which are extremely affordable but also livable. So I tried to find like houses which you don't really necessarily have to renovate, but of course you can. And I found 8 interesting properties. One of them is maybe not really a house, but let's have a look. And if you're wondering who I am, I'm Julie. I'm originally from Germany. I moved to Sweden just outside of Stockholm 3.5 years ago with my British partner and 2 kids. I also lived 10 years in the UK. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you want to go one step further, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter down in the description below, where I also share regularly properties in my newsletter. And on top of that, you will get a little ebook with 10 questions to ask you if Sweden is the right fit for you. Link is in the description down below. So before we jump right into the properties, I want to let you know that I actually found properties between $4,500 US dollars, $4,500 US dollars, yes, you heard me right. And the most expensive property in today's video is worth 68,000 US dollars. And in Swedish krona, it is between 50,000 krona and 750,000 Swedish krona. So I found actually things like just the land, which is only one, which is very interesting, and I saw it was already sold, but we will have a look anyways. There's also included an evicted house, so you don't really see much of the property in the picture, but it is very cheap. So yeah, someone needs to move out because they probably can't pay the mortgage anymore or whatever circumstances they have, and therefore the house is on sale. But I also tried to find properties near the water. I don't know, because that's my personal interest. When I want to buy a property here in Sweden, it is best to have it near water, or at least it could be in a smaller town. So I also try to find a property, at least one, where it is not in the middle of nowhere but part of a little small town or a village. I'm also going to add the links of the properties in the description below, but I want to tell you, don't be disappointed if you can't see anything about the properties anymore because they are sold or were taken off the platform, but it might be quite interesting to see the actual property on Hemnet, the website I normally use to look at properties here in Sweden to buy. Last but not least, I know the suspension is very high to see the first property, but here in Sweden there's a bidding process on houses. So normally when you see a price, this will be the starting price. Although I also have to say, at the moment it is not a booming market. I'm observing the property market and I can tell that not a lot of properties are sold for more than the starting price. Sometimes it goes even lower. So just bear that in mind when you look at the prices. Let's get started. So here is our first property for today with just 50,000 Swedish krona, and I think this is our cheapest property, so I started right away with the cheapest property. So 50,000 Swedish krona is about 4,500 US dollars. I'm always interested to see, like, you know, obviously the first image is quite important. That looks interesting, you know, it looks quite big. Obviously 50,000 Swedish krona or 4,500 US dollars is very cheap. It has 2 rooms, villa ownership, here living area and plot area, which is quite big. Year of construction 1981. I normally go down to the map to see a little bit where it is located, so it looks more remote. There's a river nearby, and then I always compare it a little bit, you know, where on the map you can see it is. Quite up in the north with Umeå closest by, but I still think it's probably at least an hour away. And yeah, 2.4 kilometer to water, which is not around water, but yeah, this is the cheapest I could find. I have a look a little bit at the photos, and look at that, there's only 2 photos. And here in the description you will see, here you can see executive auction. And I show you in Swedish, executive auktion. I don't know if it's the right translation, but here's a little description. What is an enforcement auction? Homes sold at an enforcement auction may, for example, have been seized because the owner has unpaid debt. The homes are sold through the Swedish Enforcement Authority. So therefore there's not many pictures, only 2, but it is the cheapest one, and people who are interested in that, I'm not sure if you can actually visit. Yeah, you probably have to get in touch with Kronofogden, which is basically the Swedish Enforcement Authority, to see if you can have a look, or sometimes people just buy a house and then deal with it later. But yeah, let's jump to the next one. Here we have a property for 295,000 Swedish krona, which is about 26,700 US dollars. So that's not too bad, is it? So let's have a little look around. It's a villa, you have ownership, 5 rooms, which is also not too bad. Living area is not too big, I have to say. 85 square meters, but the plot area is quite big. 1948 house, so a little bit of an older, which you can see in the picture. And then I like to always look where it is located. 2.5 kilometer to water. It's also by a river. It's probably, it almost looks the same. Yeah, it must have been very close by actually, because that almost seems like the same location as the one auctioned. So let's have a look at some pictures. It looks really beautiful. I love that, in the north of Sweden you have snow all the time during the winter. And this is the inside. It's definitely not the most modern, but hey, it only costs like $26,000 and you can definitely live in it. Then of course you can make any renovations if you want to. Yes, of course, every house, you never know if it's fully functioning, if there are faults, but based on the image, we can only judge now based on the images. It kind of looks fine. Definitely an older person was living here. Bathroom is definitely also not very modern or updated. So obviously the pictures are quite nice, but you can tell that this is an older building which hasn't been really renovated. But it always depends on what you're looking for. If you just want to look for something cheap to live, if you want to look for something you want to renovate. I mean, I love this picture where it has a lot of stuff on this table here, which is not very well staged. And the wallpaper is obviously a little bit crazy, but here it has a bit of a plan, what it looks like, and what, they obviously changed, if you have a new kitchen, you knew everything, it's just about how many rooms you have and how you can live there. So that is the house, and you can, this is the basement. You have definitely quite a bit of area to live in, and you can see it's surrounded by houses as well, so it's not super remote. I mean, it is remote, but there you have some neighbors basically. And here's the surroundings. Here's the river, which you could see. This is the house from outside, which looks actually quite nice, I have to say. You can see someone probably in a wheelchair was living there, and they built this. And then the plot area, and you get more buildings with it. It's probably like a little, I don't know, barn or something. So that was the pictures. Let me know if you liked this one, which is the second one in Swedish. It's Parkvägen, or Park Road in English. Let's have a look at the next one. It's a villa, ownership, plot area, and it's for 200,000, which is about $18,000. 18, which is pretty cheap, I would say. This might be just a plot area, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So it is not a house, but a plot area. You can see 700 meter to water, to the lake, probably here, Lake Hästhagen. And where is it located? It is located Norrköping, Linköping, Schönköping, Jönköping. So it is actually more in the south. Yeah, it is the south of Sweden. Let's have a look at the pictures. So you have some neighbors here, like quite a few. Yeah, it's definitely just a plot area. Here we go. Here you can see already a few houses were built, and then you can buy plot area. So yeah, I just wanted to show you in south of Sweden you can also buy plot areas. This one is 200,000 Swedish krona, which is around 18,000 US dollars, and then you can build a little house here. Would you like that? Would you like to buy a plot area and build your own house, or let your own house build? Or would you rather like buy a house which is already done and dusted and you don't really have to do anything? Oh yes, and this is another plot area actually. Let me show you where it is located, because it is not too bad. It's not too far from Stockholm, in the middle of Örebro and Västerås. And it is a plot area as well. We have a few photos here. It always says it's villa, but it is just a plot. They don't really have a category for plots, which is actually a shame. I'm sure people would be interested maybe to buy just plots in Sweden. But yeah, you can see it actually had a starting price of 300,000 Swedish krona, which is 27,000 US dollars. And it then went down to 220,000 Swedish krona, which is 20,000 US dollars. 20,000 US dollars. So a little bit less basically. We can have a bit of a look here. So it is quite remote, being between towns, but the location itself is very remote. And you do have an old house here, so you might actually have to tear it down. So it's a bit of work. It is maybe a little bit cheap to buy the plot area, but either you have to renovate, although I believe you probably have to tear it down because it looks pretty old. But someone bought it, and it would always be interesting to see what they will do with it, but we probably will never know until we drive there. Then the next one. We have a property, a villa, with 4 rooms, living area, plot area, from 1890, which is actually pretty old. And the price is 400,000 Swedish krona, which is about 36,000 US dollars. Let's have a look where it is located. Close by water, 200 meters to the sea, which is pretty nice. I think that's always a big plus. It would be a big plus for me, for sure. And let's see where it is located. It is more in the north or in the middle of Sweden. I would say in the middle of Sweden, but above Stockholm, slightly more north. And let's have a look. You definitely have some neighbors here. It looks quite nice actually. I think this is the whole plot area. And this is the house, which looks quite nice from outside, I would say. What is your first impression? And then you come inside the house, and this is the hallway, everything wooden, but the quality looks quite nice. And then we go inside the staircase, the bathroom, so everything is really made out of wood. I mean the walls. Here is the kitchen. So you don't have wood anymore here, although you do have a bit of white here, white painted wood, which is probably good, because if the whole house is wood, I don't know. I guess it's a matter of taste. This is the kitchen, doesn't look too bad. Then we have the living room. You can definitely see, you know, it's definitely a little bit older, and I just love, I mean, when they have like pictures on the wall. I mean, they are blurred out, but you can already tell someone has a picture of a car at the wall. And I don't want to offend anyone if you have a car on your wall, but it is kind of funny. And here you have kind of the dining room, but also with a bed, I guess. Anyways, you can change that. But I think also older people lived here if you look at the pictures. The living room. I mean, obviously the furniture and everything is not super great, but if you just look at it empty, I think. And then here the view looks pretty nice. That looks really nice actually. Outside. So you have a bit of a winter garden. I love this room, which definitely it's kind of the dumping room. It's probably storage room. And oh yeah, you have a washing machine and a freezer. You have a bedroom here. Another bedroom. Which looks a bit creepy, but that's okay. I like the door. Wooden door. You have another bedroom. You have quite a few bedrooms here. So there's a lot of space, and this is the outside bit, which I really like the outside bit. It looks really nice. A big garden. Little kind of storage house, I would say. Garage. And here you can see where the property is located. Yeah, I really like this house. I mean, again, it's quite old, but it is also doesn't look like it's run down. And it's a new price. You can see it was also a little bit reduced, which also makes me suspicious. But you know, you obviously have to look at houses to really make a judgment call. But who likes this one? Gammelwegen. Let me know in the comments down below. We have 3 more properties to look at. Here's one for 500,000 Swedish krona, which is 45,000 US dollars, which is pretty nice. I mean, the first impression is quite nice. It looks quite nice. 7 rooms, living area 220 square meters. That's quite big, especially compared to what we looked at. Plot area is also big, and year of construction 1929. Obviously also a little bit older. So we can have a look what it looks inside in a second. And next to water, 300 meters to the sea. It ticks a lot of boxes for me personally, and you can see it is also part of a little village. You can see, you know, this is all area where people live, which is pretty great. So you can see, where is it located? It's also a little bit further in the north, but not, yeah, well, it is the north, I would say. Not too far from Umeå, which is for me always a city in the north, Umeå. And look at it. But let's have a look at the pictures and see what it looks inside. Okay. This is not too bad, this picture actually. But what is this on the left here? Is that a door? Maybe. This is definitely empty. Oh, here you can see it. What is this? That looks well weird. Is it a cupboard? I cannot tell what it is. Or maybe it's a bed you can pull down? You can see a little bit, this floor is definitely horrible. You have to definitely renovate that, unless, you know, you like that, but that's not a proper floor. And obviously there's also some wallpaper, but the basics are okay. It might be a house where you have to renovate a little bit, you know. The kitchen looks also a little bit old, but it's probably functional, you know. Cupboards, storage cupboards, which look not nice, but you can really change those doors. And I would do something above the fridge, because that looks weird to have a hole there. Bathroom or small toilet, bathroom. It's not too bad actually. I think our bathroom looks worse than this one. I mean, our house is really nice, but the bathroom, one of our bathrooms, you know, is kind of still from the 80s. It looks from the 80s, which we want to do some renovations. But here's another room in the house. Let's not talk about my bathroom. Then you have like a kind of storage. This probably looks like a dryer. I mean, interesting rooms. Who came up with that? New York City with a twin tower still. So that's, you can see then how old this is. That was definitely put up before that happened, so 9/11. And the staircase, you know, it's fine, it's not too bad. And then you have the basement. Basement definitely looks quite old. Nothing has been done here. A bit outside. Comes with another kind of, I think, another little house. Oh yeah, this is inside the little house. So someone could actually live there. You can rent that out, Airbnb, or someone. There's everything in there. That's quite practical. And you have 4 garages to have 4 cars. Terrace. That looks quite nice. Good photographer. And here is the house. So I think this is not too bad for the price, really. You pay 68,000 for the house and you can spend some money on renovations. Why not? Let's have a look at our most expensive property today, which is 750,000 krona, which is 68,000 US dollars. 68,000 US dollars. 5 rooms, living area, 103 square meters, plot area, balcony patio. Yes, 1971. So not super old. It actually looks a bit like 1971. Let's have a look where it is located. Approximately 200 meters to water and 2.9 kilometers to the sea. Let's have a look. So you have a lake. Yeah, it's quite next to a lake. We can see it's the south of Sweden, kind of. Yeah, everything below Stockholm, I would say, it's kind of south of Sweden. So you have Västervik, where we camped once. It's, I think, a nice area. Let's have a look at the photos. You have definitely neighbors as well, so you're not alone. You have a bit of a garden as well, which is really nice. And this is inside. That definitely looks very livable to me. Living room. And this is the area which is so beautiful. And there's quite a few houses around. So you have neighbors, you have a wonderful lake by. That looks really, really nice. I can so see myself living there. Lots of sun in the house. Balcony. A little bit of a view. I mean, it definitely is a 70s house, but if you like this kind of style, why not? From outside, the garden. Here's the kitchen. Absolutely fine. Fridge and freezer, a little oven, which looks really nice. I mean, that house looks quite nice, I have to say. Here's a bedroom, which has an entrance to the balcony. Bathroom. Looks okay to me. Another room, another bedroom. Is that no, it's the same bedroom. And here's another bedroom with a different door. I mean, if you want anyone to be, you know, to stay in your, or even if you have like an au pair or a nanny, they could have there a different entrance. It's not too bad. This is probably the basement. Another bathroom. It looks also that the rooms are quite big. This kind of a washing room, laundry room, that's what you say. And here is the plan. You have 2 bedrooms, living room, kitchen, and then another bedroom and a room. Oh yeah, this is probably the room where you can go outside. Storage and laundry room. Yeah, it's not too bad. And let's see more of the environment. And you have a co-op nearby. Oh, this is probably one of the houses. So you have a supermarket right next to you. Most expensive one, 750,000 Swedish krona, 68,000 US dollars. Would you buy it? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a look at the last one. And the last one also is 750,000, so the same as we just looked at, but it looks a little bit smaller. 3 rooms, living area 80 square meters, plot area seems quite big, 1909, so it's also a bit of an older house, but it looks also quite renovated. The roof, terrace here. Let's have a look where it is located. You can see it's close to water because that's my personal preference. So you always find properties close to water, 150 meters to water and 250 meters to the sea. Let's zoom out a little bit. Where is it located? Uppsala, Stockholm, so north of Uppsala and Stockholm. It's a little bit north, but not, more like central Sweden rather than north. So let's have a look at the pictures. First impression is really nice. Here you can see where it is located and other properties nearby. So it's not super remote. It looks really nice. The plot area is huge. And you have another house next to it, which you maybe even can rent out. We have a look. Entrance. Inside it looks quite nice. Here we have the kitchen. It's definitely renovated. So that looks really nice. A little oven. New terrace. It is a bit small, but maybe for just a couple it's probably enough. Bathroom. This is a bit, I mean, our bathroom doesn't look like this, but you have to imagine this has not been renovated too much. No. And this is exactly what our bathroom is a bit as well. It's not super renovated, always renovated in the 80s. And upstairs you have a large room, which is a bit, you can go into the big bedroom probably. And you have lots of space here probably for storage. It's like a, you know, you can do another living room there, for example. Or maybe that is your living room, because I haven't seen another room. So downstairs, we have a look at the plan. And this is the other room. No, this is the other house, which is a whole room with a bit of a bedroom probably. But no kitchen or anything, so maybe guests can stay there. But still have to go in the house. Floor plan. Oh, I see. That's only the floor plan. So yeah, I think it is definitely a bit smaller, but it has a lot of area. Just wanted to have a look again. Kitchen. Oh, okay. The kitchen is downstairs and you have a living room. Okay, I forgot about that. And then upstairs you have like a little bit a room before the bedroom for storage and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not too bad. I would not buy it as a family house because it's a little bit small, but it looks really nice, renovated. Yeah, that is it for today. Do let me know in the comments down below which is your favorite house. Let me know which one would you buy, and I will make sure to include all the links in the description. Thanks for watching till the end. Have a great day and stay safe. Hey Doa!